About 10 months ago, I checked out a little game called Blacksmith Master. And it was pretty bare bones. It was a demo. Didn't have a whole lot going for it, but it did have some unique features that I thought made it stand out from the genre. Well, this is the early access version of that. It's been greatly expanded, especially beyond the confines of where we were kind of restricted in the demo. And we're going to check it out together. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My name is Charlie. Play a lot of creative games like this, business simulator stuff here on the channel. And I'd like to check it out with you guys here. So we want to play the tutorial. It says it's highly recommended to go through the tutorial if it's your first time playing the game. I'm not going to enable the tutorial because I think I can probably handle it, but if there's any questions or if I have anything I need to investigate and how it works, I can always load it up in sandbox mode later. So we're going to hire our first blacksmith. And each blacksmith has its sort of pros and cons. These two are level 2. This one's level 1. And you can see that the wages and stuff generally tend to be higher with higher level blacksmiths. This is nowhere near very high level though. Each one of them have one of 3 stats that are usually, well, I don't want to say they're usually better than the others, but the Grimwald here, for example, has a 2 skill with iron, 1 with wood, and then the light bulb is for design, I believe is what it is. So like oh, it's right down here, design. Determines the amount of design points acquired in a day. Okay, Evan has 1 with iron, 1 with design, nothing with wood, and then there's Ciaran here with 2 on wood and 1 on the others. Each of them also have a perk and sort of a drawback. So in this case, Grimwald, 20% faster, but he gains experience less. This guy is going to heat ingots 50% faster while using a furnace, but he takes 20% more time to process wood. So in general, great with one thing, not so great with the other ones. We can refresh this list if we want somebody else. And right away, I'm seeing somebody that's sparking my interest here. This guy is excellent with woodworking, terrible with iron, and his drawback is related to iron. So we would probably want this guy to be focusing exclusively on wood stuff, and he's going to do great. Not only is he going to do great, but he's also going to level up faster while he does it. I like this. There's also Arabella here, which is nice. She has higher skill with iron, and she heats them faster, which is pretty good. So I think I'm going to go with Alan here. We can always hire other people, and I have a means of getting around the drawback that we have for iron on this guy. So I'm going to go ahead and hire him. Okay, so the very first thing we want to do here is we want to generate money through these contracts. These are vendors that are sitting here with existing contracts for us. And our first contract that we have to work with actually is just this simple mace. And it's the only one we can do because technically we can't do anything with woodworking yet. So the first thing that our blacksmith is going to do here, he's going to grab one of these ingots, he's going to heat it up, he's going to head on over to the anvil, he's going to bang his hammer on it a whole bunch of times, and then he's going to take forever to do that because of his perk rep, because of his drawback, and then he's going to take this and quench it. Why is it pausing? Oh, 1 is pause? Apparently one is pause, not real time. Okay. There we go. Okay. And he's going to quench it, and then he will deliver it to this cart. And then that is how we will fulfill our first contract. So we can go ahead and complete that. Now we can also choose something to replace it as well, if we'd like. So I can choose this, for example, and get 2 mugs out of it. And he can begin making those immediately. However, we've now delivered something. We can earn points for every item we craft in our blacksmith. Depending on the item quality, we'll receive different kinds of points. So if we really start ramping up the quality of the items we deliver, we can earn higher level points, which eventually unlocks higher level things in this tech tree, which has been greatly expanded from the time we had the demo. Okay, first thing we want to do is enable the carpentry bench because that's what he's better at. So let's go ahead and get that. And then we can add carpentry stuff to our blacksmith. So I'm going to come down here, grab the carpentry bench, and I'm going to place it, I think, over here by the wall. We'll probably end up having 2 of them at some point here really quickly. I think I'll prepay for that because I'm very sure I'm going to have that. Then I'm going to move the wood over closer to the carpentry bench. Okay, we can move all the existing things too, but at the moment we only have 1 blacksmith, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So when I deliver a couple more items, it's going to take him a bit of time to do it because he's slower. But we can mitigate this problem of him being slow with iron just a little bit by taking control of him manually. So I can click him right now, and I can take control of this guy. And now I don't have to rely on his skills as much as my own skills. So I'm going to walk over here with this, and we're going to choose to create... what was the thing we have to create? Crap. It's the little tankard here, a little mug. Okay, so we're going to come over here. We're going to say we want to make a tankard. I'm going to pick up the iron. Now we're going to play a series of mini games, right? And of course, we want to get the iron as hot as possible. So we're just going to move this thing around where the fire is. There we go. We've got a perfect score. We'll head over here. And now we want to basically bang the hammer on the green hash marks and the green zones here. And I think in general, we are faster than he is by doing this because the time is running in real time now instead of being sped up. And I can go ahead and I can craft it again. I don't have to though, because I can now go ahead and try to instead make one of these wooden clubs. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll go ahead and try to make one of these things here instead. Let's go ahead and saw on the green marks if we can. And I probably want him to take over with the wood projects because again, he's very skilled at that. So I think I can probably just let him go. So we'll go ahead and do that and we'll let him have his time by himself. I'll go ahead and complete that objective and put that one on the schedule. Okay. Now we've delivered 3 items. We can now unlock the ability to hire additional staff. So that's what we want to do now is hire additional staff if possible. Before we do that though, I want to make sure that we have enough benches. So these benches are required for them to have a place to sit when they're not working on anything. And I don't know if we have enough benches for... I think I need one more. Does it? Oh, wait. Okay. The one bench does 3 staff. Okay, that's good. Never mind then. We'll be fine. The thing I do want to do though is I want to change these things around a little bit. So I'm going to move the iron over here, move the furnace here. I'm going to add, I have the money for this. I'm going to add another furnace. Let's flip this over and put another furnace right here. I'm also going to move the quench. Okay, or not. There we go. I'm going to move the quench. I'm going to move the anvils as well. Let's get them as close to the door here as I can. Probably right here is fine. Let's add another anvil. And then I also want to add one more quench as well. So it's a little bit messy, but it'll make sense once we get people in here and you'll start to see why we're doing it this way. It's a little bit jammed close to the door though. I don't think I need to be quite so close to the door. So why don't I just move this? Okay, apparently I can't overlap this candle, I guess. So I can go like this though. Yeah, that's not overlapping the candle. It's fine. Move this over here and then move the quench over here like this. And I think maybe we'll add one little space here just so that when they do quench, they can go immediately that direction and not have to go all the way around it again. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay, we're going to do that. Next, we need to deliver actually one more item. One more contract because I don't think I have enough money to hire them. Maybe I do. Let's see. Blacksmith. So yeah, I need 300 to hire them initially. There's like a tax that's applied to me when I hire somebody new. And that tax goes up every time I hire somebody. The more people I have, the more tax I have to pay. So I'm going to have to satisfy one of these contracts before I can hire help for him. Because I bought too many things. All right, there we go. Now I can take this. I can probably hire one help for him. And I'm going to take Arabella here because she's great with iron. And she works the ingots. She can heat those ingots faster. I like that. So we're going to go ahead and grab Arabella. All right, Arabella is going to immediately join our team. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take Alan, who is naturally slow with iron. And I'm going to say that he has a crafting preference. It doesn't mean he'll only do those things. It just means that he will focus on these things first. I want him to focus on wooden items because he is great with that and he can work fast and high quality with that. Arabella is then going to focus on the metal items first. Okay, so there we go. So obviously he's already started a job, but once he's done with this, then he'll switch to working with these things instead. And there's no additional jobs available today, so we won't be able to get any more jobs there. But you notice how they're both going to start working on wood. Now, even though she's focused on iron as a preference, she's still going to do the wooden jobs because there is no iron job to do, or there are no iron jobs to do. But tomorrow there will be. Okay. And now when I start getting more people in here, I will get additional contracts and stuff. We'll get those sorted. And then we'll start expanding to our team, maybe 4 or 5 different guys. When that happens, this setup here to limit bottlenecks, limit them sitting around doing nothing, that's going to be the challenge. Okay, so we did all of those things. They're just going to sit around like this. Now, there are no additional contracts at the moment, and we only have 12 points, so I can't unlock any of these new things. We are going to go probably towards discounted wood first, and then construction. I'm going to hold off on this one. I don't need it quite as much because I'd like to go get blueprint upgrades first, and then we can start working down this way with assistance and such. But the workday ends at midnight. So your guys are just going to sit around and do nothing because there's no jobs to do. They're just fast enough to get it all done. I like it. So today, obviously lost a lot of money because it's our first day in business, or it's our initial start to the game. But hopefully tomorrow is a better day. So it's 7:08 a.m. Let's check out and see what kind of offers there are on the world. Now, this one here says these points are earned when blacksmiths carry items with common quality. Interesting. So I haven't seen this yet when I was playtesting this earlier, but let's go ahead and grab the knife contract. Is 1,000 gold. I like that. So we'll grab that one. And Arabella will get started on that right away. We want something for him to do, of course, too. So let's grab this one. And then we'll also grab the tankards there too, the cups. So they're each going to start working on the things that they specialize in right away, which is great. I have 366 gold, so I think I can probably afford to hire somebody else. And this guy actually demands more money, but he's faster on the anvil though. Yeah, let's refresh this list. It's expensive. I don't want to do it. I can't hire them anyway because it's 450. Never mind. It can be expensive. It's not always 25 is not that expensive. I'm gonna be pausing this by accident constantly, and I'm sorry about that. I'm so used to one being real-time speed. One being pause is messing with my brain. I could probably change it in the settings and stuff too, but it's okay. So 3 is fast, 2 is real time, and then 1 is pause. It's messing with me, man. Okay, so I actually shifted Arabella over to wood, so they could both tag team that, and we get a contract done faster. So now we have the other wood contract, the one that has this. These points are earned when the blacksmith craft items common quality, I guess. So we have that. Now I can hire some new help though. That's the reason really to rush one contract, is to have enough money to hire some help. So we can come in here and we can see probably Daigle's a good one to do. He's going to charge us a little extra money, which I'm not a huge fan of, but he is pretty skilled with the stuff, and that's pretty valuable, especially since he's going to be faster on the ingot. So I'm going to go ahead and hire him to come out and help with these iron jobs. And I want him to focus primarily on metal items, because that's what his strength is. So now that we have 2 blacksmiths on the irons, it's nice to have 2 furnaces, 2 ingots, 2 quenches, etc. They don't have to necessarily wait for each other. And once we get 3 people, then it becomes a lot better still. Now we can get construction unlocked. I probably should have done this one. That's a mistake, but it is what it is. How much wood? Yeah, that's a mistake. So I'm going to have to refresh my supply of raw ingredients, right? That means the wood. I'm going to have to get more of it, and that's definitely going to happen. We only have 3 left, and we have more than 3 items to craft, so that's going to be the problem. Yep. Okay, and then on the iron side, we're fine. So sort of misplayed this. I'll have to pay a bit of a premium here to refresh it, but we'll go ahead and do it. Now we have more, and yep, there we go. So next thing we can do now is expand our store and make it a little bit bigger, right? We want to take a look at that. So we can do that by going into here, and we now have this menu available to us, and we can start making walls and such. Now, the thing about this is that it's $50 a pop. We don't have 50, so I'm gonna have to wait. But I think in general, I'm just gonna make a big boring square. We do eventually get the ability to have our own storefront. So instead of just delivering things to clients remotely, we're gonna have the ability to get our own store. That's 1,000. That's pretty nice. Go ahead and get that one on the list, and then I want to now go ahead and start expanding our a little bit. So we're gonna go out about this far, I think, and let's go out about this far, and we'll just make this for now. We're gonna expand our store out about that far for now, and we'll go ahead and get rid of these walls here. Just open the whole place up is fine. And then we're gonna grab flooring, and I don't know if there's a reason to match it, so we'll just have this. It looks like the flooring is free. Yeah, flooring is free. Good. Okay, so we'll have that floor back there for now. And then we can also add some style and stuff to our shop and everything by using these things. I don't know. I don't remember if there's an advantage to doing that. It could be like the Tavern Master game where you gain prestige and stuff for that kind of thing. I don't remember though. So we'll wait on that. But so if we're going to have more people, we're going to want more benches and such for them. So I'm going to go ahead and have one of these benches be over here. I want more people, so we're going to need another bench. I'm not out of money. Staff, here it is. I want to have you go back over. Should I put one over here? The thing is, I can't control where they sit. So the wood guy might sit over here and the iron might sit over there. So it's probably better just to put it in the middle of the room. I think so. And that way they can just be equidistant from everything else. Is there a reason to have another set? Maybe if I move you over, you can add one more here. Yeah, we'll probably shift these over a little bit more and then put another quench here at some point, but just kind of setting myself up for the future, right? And then I want another person. Let's refresh this list. We have Emma. Now, Emma's good with woodworking. She also walks a little bit faster. She says she's good with woodworking, but then she takes more time on the wood. So that's not great. It's the ideas that I was looking at, but I think Neville's better here because he's got this perk. So you're kind of all around here, but Neville, we're going to need you pretty soon here because I'm going to want to design things. So I think I'm going to take Neville here as our extra helper. Bring him in. He can just kind of wander, do every job. He's not particularly great at anything, but when we unlock the ability to do blueprints and stuff, which is going to be 50 more points here, he's going to come in handy. And I think I might hold off on the discount for wood to get to the blueprints. Maybe. Although this is great. You get one more merchant offer slot is actually pretty good. Especially as we get our team up there. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and get the wood discount. And it's like we're probably good to go on that contract now. We'll go ahead and complete that. Yep, there we go. And then these are the last contracts for the rest of the day. Now, we don't need to complete them by the end of the day. Okay? We don't have to. So you'll see here is that these guys are just going to finish up on what they're already working on, and they will deliver it to the cart. And that's actually pretty good because we will complete this objective today. There we go. And then I can go ahead and complete that there too. So we can finish up the day. It doesn't just end directly at 12. It's kind of nice too because if they are over here, as long as they've picked up the ingot and 12 o'clock hit, then we kind of get this entire process instantaneously, like relative to the time. No time passes before they finish it. So it's kind of nice that way. All right, start a new day. We're going to have more contracts available here. Got a bunch of different things here. A new floor type can be unlocked by doing this, which is interesting. We earn less money for that though. And it's a lot of work too. So I'm going to grab this instead. And then I want, yeah, these knives, 22 of them, 1610. Yikes. Okay, so a lot of work to do here. Now, what I don't want is for everyone to line up and wait for this. That's what I don't want to have happen. So we have a little bit of cash. Let's go ahead and add a third one of these. I can't do a third. There's no reason to do a third quench if you only have 2 anvils, though. I need more money for the anvil. Darn. Well, at least they can all heat them up at the same time. We should have somebody going over here. Yep, there it is. We should have somebody doing this with the wood instead. And then I'm going to have to refresh my stocks in iron too. Yikes. Might run out of money here in a second. We'll see. Yeah, I think they'll get this done in time. 790 will be great. And then by the time they're done with that, by the end of today, we should be able to get this blueprint upgrade because this is 30. And that just means 30 items. And we're going to make easily 30 items. So, okay, I have the money to do this now. So I'm going to grab a third anvil and then also, well, I was going to grab another quench, but I just didn't calculate in my head how much money that would cost. So we're going to get a third anvil, and then we'll have a third quench. Maybe we don't need the third quench. Honestly, it's we might be able to get it. Quenching doesn't take very long. That's the thing. Like, they're just in, and then they're done. It doesn't take, like, a lot of hammering. So you may actually be good with the number of quenches that we have. We'll take a look. This part here takes some time, and then this part here takes the most time. And this is very fast. We're out of money, though. So hopefully we get this done. One more, a little scooper. And then I can hire another help. I can hire some more help. And we don't want to go too crazy on employees. But we are making a lot of stuff. So we're not going to get it all done unless we have more help. So let's take a look at one more blacksmith. I was kind of hoping... Lothar's good with design. Let's refresh this list. Refreshing just isn't working for me, you know? It's just costing me money for nothing. And I do know, I understand that if we get this, we get more skilled workers available to us. I get that. I'm trying my best not to do this until I've got this, because I want to start upgrading. I want to get going on design points as soon as possible. Because I feel like the earlier you start that, the more stuff you can unlock over time. So we're going to wait just to get 5 more points and get that first. And then I can start working that stuff. And that's why I want to get another blacksmith, is because we're going to have somebody on design pretty soon. So demands a higher wage, less XP. I don't like any one of these things. Also the money to hire them. We'll go one more refresh here. Okay, so they're going to take a lower wage. I think Isabel's going to end up being my researcher. She takes a lower wage, and she's got the design skills right here. So when we get to 750, I'm going to hire her, I think. If we get to 750. My gosh. And right here. So the blueprints are done. So to upgrade blueprints, which will increase the selling price of your items, you need to earn design points. Here's how. We're going to get a design table, and we're going to have blacksmiths work that design table to come up with design points. So you have 646 gold, and it's right here. There's a design table. So let's get the back of the room over here. We're going to have a design table. And I forgot which one of you is good at design. So I'm going to go like this. And currently, it's kind of everybody has 1 point, right? But one of you has perks for it. I forgot which one of you it is. Let's see. Not you, so it's got to be the last one, right? Neville. I'm going to have you prefer... Ooh, how do I get you to be assigned to design? Oh, it looks like I can change their names as well. Hey! You guys want to be in the game? That happens sometimes. Most complex first, most expensive first. Change. Here it is, design. I want you working on designing. So now we've lost somebody to create things, but we've started the process of generating design points as early as possible. And that's kind of where I wanted to go here. All right, so as long as we can get some of these things done. I mean, we're not going to get that one done. We definitely need more people. We definitely are lingering on these 2 contracts, and that's not great. They're huge, though. That's the thing. Like, they're really big contracts. We need to refresh our wood, too. We're going to have a negative balance to start tomorrow. It's not going to feel great. Yeah, we're be down 1 item. So these guys are not going to deliver this enough for me to go ahead and deliver it completely. But that'll be the first thing they make tomorrow. So we're down to 11. Yikes. And I only have 5. I can't restore this either. So I really need that contract done. There we go. Deliver it, please. Done. Now that can pay me a lot of money. All right, so this gives us a new blueprint if we complete it. I like that. This also gets us a new blueprint if we complete it. I like all sorts of blueprints. I definitely like those. I do need money, but let's grab that one at least. For now, we'll grab that one. And that gives us 1,400. Should be enough now to hire that blacksmith that's going to help me. And I think... Oh, I think Osric. Yeah, Osric's good. Osric can help me. Definitely. Come on in here, Osric. And you are going to focus on metal stuff first. Okay. And then we've got this little... Oh, we have level ups we can do. Yeah, I forgot about this. So he has 2 skill points available because he's leveling up. And so I can have him be even better at wood stuff, like really, really good at the woodworking stuff. And then Arabella doesn't have any. She's getting close. And then I can have you guys level up there too. But like basically, if we have any woodworking contracts, this guy's going to be very fast at it. And that's what I want. All right. And then the design points are working on. We have 5 design points right now. If we want to spend those, then we would have to spend those design points. It looks like we can make longbows now. That's interesting. So maybe you can't unlock this blueprint yet. You need to complete more merchant offers first. Okay, interesting. How many design points does it take to... here it is. So some of these we can, from common quality to uncommon quality. That's what we want. We want to have higher quality stuff because it means unlocking other points, like these points here, we can get better ones. So like these are all common and we're going to need those anyway. But then we get super workers maybe, or we can start getting into our own iron mines. We can start unlocking the ability to get our own ores and stuff. And then we don't have to pay for them all the time over here. We can just start getting the ore instead and processing that maybe at some point. All right. We're going to want to replace this wood contract with another wood contract. So almost done. He's doing all the wood stuff all by himself. Here we go. All right. So this one's done. And there are no wood contracts. I can refresh this list for 200. But I think I'd rather just take the tankard and then also unlock that blueprint. So we'll go ahead and do that too. And then that just means everybody's going to be using all these tools, which is good because that's why we've got 3 furnaces and 3 anvils, right? All that's going to work for us. My worry though is that I'm going to have to pay for more. That sucks. I have to buy so much iron. Okay, so I really need them to go faster, and Alan is the slowest iron worker we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take control of Alan. We're going to take control of him. And we're going to do this stuff ourselves because it's going to speed him up at least. So let's focus on the knives. Everybody else is doing the tankard stuff. We're going to focus on the knives. And actually, I think I need to get some more restocked here. So let's grab, 218. Let's get some more iron in stock. There we go. And then I want to grab the kitchen knives. So I'm going to focus on one product and everybody else is doing the others. And that's okay, because I think this will speed up Alan. And that will maybe allow us to get everything today. And it's also perfect quality because I'm just that good right now. It really isn't that challenging to hit. I have to be careful saying this because then I'll miss. It's not that challenging to get these things. And if you ever wonder, what the formula is, it's at the bottom left of the screen. So it tells you the steps to take to make the specific item you're trying to make. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this. There we go. All the fire. There we go. I'll grab this if I can. There we go. Anvil. I'm not sure about this. It may not be balanced this way, but it may be just like a placebo, or it just seems this way. But I think you can get more done on an individual day by controlling them yourself. I think part of it is that your speed is not... It's the same regardless of what the person's skill is. So if you can find someone who's weak in iron, you just use them and now they're not weak in iron anymore, But the other part is that when you control the character, you move faster. So you can just literally get to more items because of your own movement speed. So grab that and then head right back in. And we're going to make another knife right here. Now the game does expand on this greatly. There's a lot of things that go in here. This is like the earliest... Oops. Well, I'm not paying attention. I wouldn't be very good at Guitar Hero. I can't just get... It's a single... You had one note. One note to hit. Couldn't do it. There we go. And then quench. Wonderful. It's 11 o'clock. Running out of time. I have $1,000 though, so it's kind of like we'll have enough for tomorrow kind of thing, you know. A lot of them to hit on this. Sometimes they only give you like, 3 or 4 of these, and then sometimes you got to hit it 10 times. There we go. And we'll, okay. So we made a good profit today, which is good. And then I can deliver what I have, but I'm not allowed to make any more. I don't think. Yeah, not allowed to make any more. So I'll just hit tab, which will release him to be controlling himself again. He is his own man again. We're up to 70 points. I could almost get the discounted ingots. That's going to be great. I'm holding off on clicking this until I get discounted ingots. I'd really like to not pay as much for replenishing that stock because it's costing me a lot of money. And then we almost have this one done, which should get us another blueprint. So that'll be nice. And then as soon as they're actually done with that, we can hopefully get another contract for wood right here. So hopefully we'll get a woodworking contract then after that. Let's let everybody use this thing really quick. They're gonna be bunched up for a little bit here. There we go, and done. So let's get a wood project for Alan if possible. This one's going to give us 2 points. It just gives us 2 points for each one. Is that how that works? Earned when blacksmith craft items. Yeah, I guess that is. So we're earning double points for that. That's pretty good. The other contract that was there looked like the bow and arrow, which I don't have access to. But if we're going to earn double points for that, then let's do it, So we have a new blueprint, it said. These are all the ones that are available. Okay. So longbow. This item is locked. We can unlock it. Yeah. Okay. So we earn blueprints. Gotcha. And then we spend them there. Okay. I understand now. I want one more item and then I can get that. Come on. Let me refresh my iron stocks. You guys can do it. I believe in you. Wait, why is Alan working on our Osric? Why is Alan? Alan, you got to work on the wood. There you go. There you go. Much better, dude. Okay. Should be able to get my discount now. Excellent. And now I can refresh this. Now it's 360 instead of, what was it, 450 before? It's much better. Just the little things that help. I might actually have enough money for another person. I think we kind of do need more help. And I'm looking at, I think you. Yeah, you're a little slower, but you heat things faster. You're good with the metal working, so let's bring you in. Have you focus on the metal jobs too, I think. Can't click you. There it goes. Make sure you're focusing on the metal jobs. Okay. We should be able to keep up with these now. I think with this many people, we really should be able to clear this. So Arabella leveled up, and I went ahead and upgraded her metalworking skills. So that's nice. This one's now completed, so we'll take the money. It's very good money. This just requires wood, so it's another wood job. I think maybe I'll stay with iron. I have a lot of people that are good with iron now. So let's, we'll grab these. We'll stay with the iron jobs there. We'll just let Alan focus only on that one single wood job, and everybody else could take the others. That's pretty nice. And then with the $2,000 we have, if there's any bottlenecks in the system, this would be the time. Oh, you know what? I probably don't. How many employees do I have right now? I have 6. Okay, so this is just enough benches for them. But I kind of feel like I want another. I really want to be able to move through this a lot faster. Demands a lower wage. He does demand a lower wage. Definitely. He can just kind of wander around, but he's going to be slower using the furnace. I don't really want him to slow everybody down. Let's refresh this list really quick. That usually backfires on me. This time, not so much. This is interesting. So he's slower on the anvil, but faster on the furnace. I think I'll pass on that for now. How's my points? I have 40, so I could probably go and get more skilled people now. But I am, again, tempted to just kind of wait for this extra cart. But I think the extra cart doesn't, unless we're facilitating orders really quickly, I guess the extra cart doesn't matter, right? Because like if you can't figure out 3, then yeah, that's fine. We'll just get this. So more skilled people, probably available tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see who's available tomorrow. We're very close on these 2 contracts, and those 2 are, I mean, this is double points, which is nice, but also this is the extra blueprint. And I can get maybe, can I upgrade the quality of our knives? 60 points, okay. Is there one here I could do that's cheaper? Iron goblets are 60. These are all, here we go. These things appear. So the wooden scoop can be upgraded, and we can produce uncommon quality wooden scoops. Or the longbow. That's pretty good. So we could spend our points on that. So we'll look at that. It seems like something we could probably carry on into the next video, would be upgraded stuff like that. We have these 2 contracts are now completed. So that's paying me a bunch of cash. And then I can grab these contracts before we, you know, get the refresh, so that I can at least take them and have them. So this is 1750, which is pretty good, but yeah, I think that's still better. I don't really care about the floor type, so we'll grab that one, and then I think we'll leave this one open for another skill later, or for another contract later. And then we now have that spare blueprint, so we could unlock something else if we want to, and maybe we grab the butcher's knife. We sell them for 83. That's pretty higher end. So let's try to get the butcher's knives. And maybe we'll get contracts for butcher's knives on the next day, right? It's the 6th day. And we have this one, and nobody wants the butcher's knife. This one here, these are metal scoops. I can't do those. So this is going to start happening now. They're going to start being requests for items that I can't actually make. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. The wooden scoop is here. Go ahead and grab that, and Alan can get started on that. So I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have enjoyed Blacksmith Master so far. You can find out more about the game linked in the description. Bye-bye.